What's going on, guys? Welcome back to DaddyJeep Garage. This week we're going to be doing more work on the Toyota, and we're going to get some more stuff done on the KK, as well as a little bit more on Keith's TJ as well. So on the Toyota, we're going to get that old Dana 44 ripped out, start figuring out what we're doing for suspension, where we're placing things, what we're cutting, what we're changing. The KK, we've got, I picked up some tubing this week. I went down to see our friend Corey down at Hardcore Off-Road. Corey takes good care of me because we live in the middle of nowhere, and buying steel tubing that we use for these projects really isn't much of an option here. So Corey, because he builds cool stuff like this too, he always has tubing on hand. So I went down and picked up some 2-inch quarter wall for suspension links, picked up some 1.5-inch quarter wall for steering, and I also picked up some 1 3/4 120 wall. So that's allowing us to move forward with a whole bunch of stuff on all these projects. We're also going to get some work done this week on Keith's TJ. Again, getting that front axle built so we can get him back on the trails. Start on the passenger side, look at that not so great weld, and then we move over here.
Son of a bitch.
to the
perfection.
Oh yeah, it's a way better weld.
Yeah.
It looks nice.
Yeah, weird.
Nice.
I have light here.
Light?
Take a picture of that.
Take
a picture of that.
There's light over here to make a nice weld. And then if you go up here, there's
Nothing.
there's no light to make a strong
right,
yet not that pretty weld.
I didn't know where to start.
All right, so first stab at the gears. We got we went ahead and put 40 thousandths of shims on either side. We got about 60 thousandths on the pinion, and I'm finding that the pinion is not deep enough into the gear, so we actually have to add some more in the pinion, and we need to move the ring gear over a bit to get centered on the teeth a little bit better. But for the first shot at this, I'm pretty happy. We're close. Let's tear it apart and do it again. All right, if you're setting up gears and don't have one of these gear pullers tools, just stop right now and go buy one, because I don't know how you do this without. It just makes this so much easier. I'm inspecting the straightness of the cuts. Yes, when you fire it up there, you will see sparks. Okay.
A little closer than I would have liked, but it'll work.
Oh yeah.
First bend.
It lands right in the middle of the pads nicely, gets up over the motor. We got room to tuck the air cleaner down underneath it. Not too shabby.
That's gonna weld just fine as is.
It is, actually. I mean,
I was gonna clean it up.
there's a slight gap on the tip on that side, but certainly nothing to concern yourself with.
I'll touch it up, but yeah, that's fine.
Once you put a bevel in there, that'll be nice.
I think he deserves a high five for the high IPA cut.
Something like that.
Woo!
Now it looks good.
Looks great.
Affordable bender for the win again.
Affordable steel for the win too. The boy's a pro. Good looking welds there.
All right, shock tower brace all welded up, and some pretty darn good looking welds for somebody that's not really a welder. And then we got, of course, the CFM logo. So CFM, is that what that is? CFM, yeah, is the company that made those shock towers. We covered that in the video a few weeks ago, the overall video, but this looks pretty sweet. Again, it checks all the boxes. It clears the hood. It clears all the motor stuff. It's removable for when he does finally blow this thing up. Looks good.
If you drop, it's gonna get really unbalanced. You gotta
Truck is?
take the back wheels out.
Here she goes, Yahtzee! Woo! Oh,
That's kind of like whack.
it's just. Yeah, it's all clear going up. That's probably good for now.
Good?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what we learned on this Toyota, once we got the axle in place, we're going to have to move a lot of stuff. The axle's going to have to come forward so it clears the oil pan and some other stuff. And we've got to nestle it in between the motor and the radiator. We're going to do some more fender trimming. So I got to talk to the owner. We're going to have to figure out if he's comfortable with all the things that I want to do to it, because it really needs it. There's not a lot of options. To make this big Dana 60 fit under this truck, some things are going to have to be moved. So I'm looking forward to it. I think this thing is going to perform so much better when we're done here. Obviously, it's going to have an axle that's not going to break, but aside from that, there's going to be a lot of changes in how this thing handles. So it's pretty exciting. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully the customer trusts me enough that he's looking forward to it. All right, that should keep everything from crashing down. Should being the key word. All right, guess it worked pretty good. It didn't even move. Guess we just man up and grab this thing, huh? All right, there we go. We have so much room for activities now. Let's bring in here, show you what we got. So, radiator's vulnerable down there right now, but that's okay. We're going to deal with that with some tube work. But you can see here how much room we have up in front now. I mean, you can see this proportioning valve used to be bolted to that cross member. So that's how much we've removed up front. So that's going to make a huge difference. Definitely gaining some ground. All right, so we got this new bumper put together. Yes, I still need to finish those corners, but I wanted to show over here where we've merged it into the frame before I put the cover piece on. So we went ahead, cut a bunch of slits here so I could form this frame, hammer it down around the tube to get a good weld all the way around it. So now we're going to go ahead and plate it just to spread out and get some more weld surface. All right, finished piece. We got this another chunk 1/8 inch welded in place and hammer formed around the tube just to spread the load, get a whole bunch more weld surface, make it a whole lot stronger. I think it turned out pretty nice. Looks good. We're ready for some paint. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the little bit of progress we got done this week. I mean, there's a lot happening here. We're continuing to push, and we're going to keep bringing you content, but keep an eye on this Toyota. We got some cool stuff planned.